Mashas video before repairs. Master bathroom. Water leaked out down ceiling through all the ceiling fixtures, including heavily through the shower. You had water trapped above the tile ceiling in that drywall and insulation above both of these fixtures. Minor allowances allowed for in this room, which you can see is fully furnished with tile. This is the bedroom before construction. This was again one of those areas where this is the top of the closet where you can see water came through, insulation is damaged. You have soft duct wiring and lines, insulated pipe and everything else above. This floor had a subfloor, pre-finished hardwood floor in it. The exterior wall is insulated. There has been no allowance for insulation in this wall. Contractor is already nervous about insulation that wicked up out through this wall that is not being addressed. As you can see, everything was wiped out of here. Base trim, minimal drywall removal for as much water was in here. Water into the tile floor. Water then progressed. It seeped out around this chimney that you can see here. You can see access wicking seams that ran down the chimney on either side. Popcorn ceiling was affected. It's also not in the estimate. Water filled this room a couple inches high. Again, you have water that would have touched all the outside walls that you see in this room. That's a concern, along with the amount of drywall allowed. Further, with water filling this room, you have incorporated cabinets. You have flooring that has only been addressed as cleaning, which has had significant discoloration and breaking up then of the grout. You can see it heavier in some areas. The grout treatment is not enough to clean. It does require at least being completely regrouted. Damage continues into the kitchen. Now this water and this room, you have this built-in kitchen cabinet which backs up behind the closet. As you can see, with the heavy infiltration of water, that drywall should have been removed. The only reason it wasn't removed is because this cabinet was in the way. You're also going to see attic insulation. Attic insulation is above, along with the other things that we mentioned. We have electrical wire, we have soft duct, and we have insulated pipe above. You'll see wiring in this wall, and water leaked into this area heavily, filled this room, and again, only cleaning of the floors mentioned. This is not enough. You see all discoloration throughout the grout lines based on the heavy water and ultimately heavy worker traffic once ServPro got in here. There is a minor allowance, not enough again from a pricing standpoint to deal with the baseboard heat throughout this room, nor the drywall, nor the detail and the painting that has to be done in this room to go around all of the trimmings, cabinetry, backsplashes, etc., that are in this room. Water proceeded into the billiard room. Damage to contents. Again, heavy water on the floor. You had water that was leaching out through the beam that goes across here. It's since been removed. You have water that was up against, again, a fixed cabinet into the corner. And contents, again, separate issue. They're being worked on. You can see inside the cabinet here there's insulation that was wet. That insulation got wet as a result of the water coming in from underneath of that cabinet on the opposite wall. Again, more water entry. This wall that you see in the bar room, drywall, and then the built-in stained wall. Heavy water behind the shower on the opposite wall. Water on this ceiling. It came in through lights. No mention of this. We also had water that came in the corner. Damaged the built-in bar, which has again not been addressed with enough monies. Just to give you an idea of where the water was coming from and how much water made its way up through the attic. Again, here's another place where water bled out. Above this open doorway where you can see the drywall damage. The last heavy entry of water will be in the room next to me behind this wall here, which is in the bathroom. Water though, however, just to give you an idea of how much water, you can see all these tile floors, which again are not being addressed with any treatment to the grout. Water, this entire surface was underwater completely, in some areas as high as 2.5 inches with standing water. You know, in my opinion, not enough allowance for drywall and insulation, because as we know, the water is going to wick. This room up above, you can see all of the ceilings removed. You had water through the light fixtures. You had water in another seam here above the shower. Water in this utility closet where the washer and dryer live. Water into this closet. You have part of the tile base that was removed from this area also. And again, with as much water that got underneath of these transitions, particularly where it's not continuous, you have to have questions about how safe everything is underneath of these floors where they're not directly on concrete and or continuous. This is a video wrap of everything prior to work beginning, for the purpose of showing the condition prior to work commencement. Signing off.